ahead of a potential fight against Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte joined the Whyte and Jordan show and explained that he needs to prepare for the best version of AJ.
I always look at the best in people and what they do. I'm not really paying attention to what he's doing now. I'm paying attention to the best version of him because I need to prepare for the best version because you never know someone's going to turn up on the day, you know. I might go in there and walk through him in a round. I might go in there and we have a hard 12-round fight. I might go in a fight where it's an up and down fight. I put him down, he put me down. We have to get up and fight. So I just try and focus on preparing for the best, sharpest version there is. A lot of people say, oh, he's this and he's that. But I'll tell you one thing now, though. I'm going to start pressing the fight from the first bell. I don't care. I've got nothing to lose. I don't care.
Now, this fight, let me just point out, has not been made yet.
No.
My understanding, I saw an interview with Eddie Hearn over the weekend, and Eddie was saying that they sent originally a contract off. They poo-pooed it because they didn't agree with the split. Then eventually they said, actually, no, we'll do the fight. And then Eddie sent another contract and now they're negotiating. But, we've seen this a million times to realise that until both parties have signed it, let's not get excited. I just wonder, I put to you this question. I wonder whether Anthony Joshua and the people that look after him wonder whether or not that old Anthony Joshua, the one we saw against Klitschko, is still there. And if they think it's not, I wonder if they think a potential fight again with Dillian Whyte is too dangerous. And with that in mind, they will only take on as big a fight as possible for financial rewards. And I don't think that Dillian Whyte is obviously as big as the Bronze Bomber. What's his name?
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder. So I just wonder if Anthony Joshua's people are holding out for the biggest possible payday, knowing that a Dillian Whyte fight might just be the end of his career.
Maybe, but I'd like to think... Listen, I don't want to see AJ fight like Franklin and people like that. I prefer to see AJ, and you're right. When you go back to AJ against Klitschko, that was on Sky, I think, the other day, and I watched the highlights of it. He was throwing two, even if he was getting hit back from ones with Klitschko, and he did get hurt, got knocked down. The bombs that he was throwing, 4, 5, 6, 7 combos, I was thinking, where's that AJ gone? We've not seen that AJ probably since that fight, you'd have to say. But if I was AJ, listen, he's done a lot for British boxing. I mean, when you look at it, he's been a world champion. Do you know what I mean? He's still for a long periods where was the biggest draw in heavyweight boxing. I think I'd like to see AJ go out and fight the big fights. I don't want to see any more of these tune-up fights. He's been world champion.
Is Dillian Whyte a big fight?
Yeah,
okay.
Because it's a grudge match. And even now, I think AJ probably would win. But I'm not as convinced as I was before. Like the first fight they had, I'd say AJ's going to win this easy. And even though he got rocked a little bit in that, I think it was the first round, I still think AJ will win the second fight, but it'd be a different story now because he doesn't throw as many punches as he used to. He's not as spiteful as he used to be. But I'd want to see AJ in his next few fights. I don't know, fight Wilder, fight Dillian Whyte, fight Fury. Even if he lost all three of them, I'd go, do you know what? Fair play to him though. He's gone out there and tried to fight all the best at the end. It hasn't worked out for him.
Well, I was going to ask you then, if he did fight Dillian Whyte and he lost, would that be the end of him? But you've just said that you don't think that would be because there'd be other fights for him to have.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if he lost to Dillian Whyte, if we saw a third fight that ended. I know they fought in the amateurs, but trilogy fight, because that would make it number 3. That would make it 1-1. But I don't understand. I thought AJ came out at the start of this year and I think he said he wants to fight 3 times this year or twice. And that doesn't look like it's going to happen. But I'd be really interested in this Dillian Whyte fight because I almost feel like Dillian Whyte's been waiting for this opportunity. He got the opportunity against Fury. Didn't quite happen, but to be on the main stage, big fight again, headlining, I think he'd jump at the chance.
Who would your favourite be for this fight?
See, I still think AJ, but am I thinking AJ from before rather than this current AJ that we're seeing at the minute? So I'd probably still favour AJ, but I don't think it'd be a massive shock if Dillian was to beat him.
I absolutely just get so sick and tired of the promoters. Eddie Hearn, dear oh dear. Eli, like a politician, I just can't. I get absolutely bemused with it. It's just not worth listening to. I sent this contract out. I sent that contract out. It's absolute garbage. They just put it out so you hear what they want you to hear. Until it's actually signed, sealed, and delivered, why bother? Why bother? And it's such a shame because there's some really good heavyweights out there, but the money in where they all going at the end of the year, Dubai or wherever
Saudi.
it is. That's absolutely ruining it. Tyson Fury should have been fighting now. Joshua should have been. That's just they're wasting their time. They're not getting any younger. You know, it's another 6 months down the line. Absolutely gutted about it, but I don't think that's ever going to change.
No, it must be frustrating if you're a massive boxing fan and there's loads of them out there. That why this division can't seem to make. We're about to see one of the biggest fights on the planet happen. Errol Spence and Crawford. How can we've seen Garcia and Gervonta Davis? Why is the heavyweight scene so slow?
The problem is when I see Tyson Fury, say something on his Instagram account, or Frank Warren comes out, although Frank Warren does speak lots of Eddie Hearn, I take it all with a pinch of salt. We've said this and we've said that, it's in their court now and they want this, and then they'll come out and go, no, we didn't say that.
I think Dillian Whyte beats AJ.
Okay, explain why, how.
I mean, they're both past their best, I think, but I think Dillian Whyte's got a little bit more to fight for, isn't he? AJ's had his shot. I don't think he beats Deontay Wilder if he gets through to that. I think Fury batters him. But the fight itself is like when you fancy the fittest girl at school, and you get a mate. It's a fight nobody wants, isn't it, really, AJ White?
Sorry, just go into a bit more detail about that comparison. What do you mean you get her mate? Who's the mate in that? Who's the fit girl? Who's the mate?
You fancy the mate, you're hanging around with her for a bit of time. And
who's the mate in that scenario?
Well, the fight is her mate.
I see. So the fit girl is a blockbuster fight.
The fit girl's a blockbuster fight,
Right.
AJ Wilder or AJ Fury.
Right.
And you get AJ White, which is her mate. This, not quite a...
Bethnal Green. We get Bethnal Green.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I still don't think we've upset enough people with this analogy. Maybe we can go deeper.
I can try again, but no, that's probably bad enough.
I know what you're saying. You're basically alluding to the fact that there's so many big fights in the world of boxing, and we're currently not getting them, and we're getting sort of the next best thing.
We've got AJ versus, who was it, the last fight? Was it Franklin?
Yeah.
No one wants to see that
exactly.
fight.
Yeah. No one knew who he was before that, did they, really? I mean, apart from the die-hard fans, but every other division apart from the heavyweight division, you're getting all the big fights, aren't you? And it's the Saudi money, I know it's there, and that's one of those things that'll never really go away now, but it holds up all of the big fights now.
All right. So thanks for offending quite a few people there. I appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure.
I see what he's doing.
Yeah. But do you know what? The only thing I'd say about Dillian Whyte in this scenario is that the hunger's going to be there, because you know how desperate he is to beat AJ.
I would fancy Dillian to do something.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really would. I don't know whether
I do think
it'd
be a completely different fight to the one that we saw the first time around.
God, yeah, of course it would.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.